Hi there, Grandma Karin here again, and we're going to talk about browser hacks, browser redirects, and those pop-ups that say you have an awful virus. Kind of looks like this. Don't worry, you haven't been compromised yet. You're not going to pick up the phone. You're not going to call Microsoft. You're not going to pay attention to information or instructions that these pop-ups, these redirects give you. If it says, do not shut off your computer, even though it's making a horrible blaring sound, you're going to shut off your computer. So that would be what I recommend first, is shut off the computer by holding the power button down and counting to 20. That's going to be 10 Mississippi, however, 20 seconds-ish, and then the power should go off. You'll see all the lights go off, the keyboard lights go off, but make sure you hold it down for the full count to 20 or 10 seconds. Once you've done that, you're going to turn it back on. And once you've turned the computer back on, you're not going to go to the browser. You're going to go down to the lower right-hand corner where your internet access is, and you're going to turn it off. I don't want anybody trying to communicate with me at all in case I installed something inadvertently. So once we do that, once we turn off the internet, we can then open the browser. We may get an error message saying that it can't display or you're not connected. Disregard that. You're going to go to the menu of the browser that you were using when you got the pop-up. That one happens to be, in this case, we're going to use Edge as the example. You're going to use the ellipses, the menu buttons in the upper right-hand corner, and find Settings. Scroll on down to Settings. On the left-hand side of the Settings page, you can click the Reset Settings. You can then click on Restore Settings, and it's going to reset everything, clearing the temporary data like cookies and extensions and any pin tabs, startup page. So that would be something that would clear possibly a startup page that the redirect placed inadvertently there. We can go ahead and click Reset. And just to make sure, we're going to go to Start and make sure that on the custom sites that no weird page has actually been started there. All right, go back to Reset Settings. Just poking around a little bit. I don't need the extensions. We're just going to take a look here. At the top of the settings page, also, in addition to reset settings on the lower left-hand or mid-left, when you've clicked on profiles, you may or may not have that as the start when you open up settings, but there is a clear browser button there that you can use also. And there's a little more detail here. It says last hour, browsing history, download data, and it lets you select a little bit more items. Not necessary this time, and we're assuming that you are performing this within the last hour of you hitting that browser redirect. If it was a little longer, you might go 24 hours, a week ago, all time if you like, and just clear it out. All right, so we're going to clear that. And once we do that, there's also another area that you can take a look at, and that's under Settings. And if we type in browser, we can go to Delete Browsing History. If we hit Delete, it's going to give us a very similar window to what we saw under the Edge browser clear cache delete browsing history, reset settings, and we can make those choices. It doesn't give you the fine tuning as far as how many hours, days, weeks, but you can still do it from here. And the important thing is you want your form data and your passwords retained so you can get back into your bank account and any other passwords you had saved for your social media. Download history is sometimes important, so don't delete your download history. You may have downloaded a bank statement that you haven't filed yet, so always make sure that the download history is unchecked as well. And you can then delete from there, and it tells you that it's doing its job. All right, so that's as easy as it is. Now, if you have an antivirus program, you might want to run that now just to kind of put your mind at ease. And if you don't have one installed that you're paying for separately, such as McAfee, Norton, Webroot, Trend Micro, any variety of a long list of anti-malware, anti-spyware, antivirus programs, you can use that. But you can also use the built-in antivirus product that Windows decided to put in there. It's under Privacy and Security, Windows Security, and you can see that we need to run the antivirus program. It was scanned. It was a quick scan. I might want to do a full scan and let that run because it doesn't need internet access to run. It's just going to check for viruses. All right, and it could take a while to complete. Let it go ahead and complete. And then you're going to give your computer a reboot, restart. Once it comes back up again, go ahead and turn your internet access back on. And let's open up that browser, and I want to continue looking for kites. I wasn't looking for Bad Bunny. I was looking for kites. Kites in Bermuda. Yeah, I went to Bermuda one time on Good Friday and was surprised to see all of the kites flying in the air when I woke up. It was a beautiful sight to have all that color in the sky. All right, and browser hack redirect should be resolved. Good luck with that. If you have more questions, go ahead and leave it below.